I know this seems tricky, but it's actually quite simple. The idea is when he's not leading, you ask him for his leadership in a sweet way and express frustration or in a playful way, hopefully, um, and wait for him to take the lead. I don't know what to do. Like Kendra was talking about, I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure. And then if he doesn't lead, if he's not doing anything, you could like have a little bratty stomp, or you can pinch him, or you can hiss at him, or you can do any number of the things that I've recommended. And then when he does lead, let him know how much you appreciate that. And it might take a little while for him to get the gist of it, but if you give him appreciation and energy and show him how nice it feels when he does lead, he will lead more.
The piece I would say is that those two different pieces, they can weave together. It's not like you have to make a choice between the therapeutic one and the yogic one. Maybe it's really important to set up, one of the therapeutic, where you set up a container, you do a dialogue, you something like that to relieve built up frustration and resentment so that you can begin to express it more in the moment in this more yogic way. Like it's not that it's not an either or choice, but don't try to mix them together in the moment.
With regards to anger, with regards to expressing anger, best is to not express it at him unless your heart is wide open. So if you can, a practice I give a lot is an anger dance. Like I would say, you could say, I'm angry about something, but I don't want to dump it on you, but I want you to feel it. Can you just watch me if I try to do a little anger dance and express it? You can literally ask him. And he just out of sheer curiosity, he might say yes. and then you show him your anger dance and you express it to him with a wide open heart. Again, looking into his eyes, let him feel your broken heart through your eyes and letting him see that. And then at the end of it, you could say, I need your help, or I'm not sure what to do about this. Can you help me? And again, then you've expressed what's true for you. You've gotten his permission to kind of throw a tantrum in an artful way, not in the normal way we do, which is by, exploding in the moment after stuffing it for days. And then you've asked him permission to do that. And most guys worth their salt will respond well to that if they feel your heart.
Yeah.
If they don't feel your heart, you can even have him give you a thing like, I don't feel your heart. Like, raise your hand if you don't feel my heart. And you give him that permission. And he might use it. And it would be great feedback for you on how to be angry and like make sure you're connected, because chances are he's probably right. So
it's actually a beautiful opportunity for him. He's not exactly leading in that moment, but he is. You're giving him a tool to lead you. And you might disagree. You might think my heart's wide open, he's wrong. But if you want him to lead you, then, so just bring that into the dance, right? Like the asshole, like just, open your heart wider and do the dance more.
Well, there's polarity, and we talk about polarity usually in masculine and feminine, but it's the same thing. It's polarity. If someone's leading, then somebody has to be surrendering and asking for leadership, right? This works a lot. This can be man or woman. It doesn't matter. But the polarity is somebody's leading and somebody's following. Just like the polarity can be in sexual practice where somebody's in light, innocent energy and somebody's in dark. Think of, Little Red Riding Hood and the Big Bad Wolf, right? That's a polarity. Well, we've all seen sexual practice like that. And it's actually quite energizing when this kind of polarity gets amped up. So let's get to the spiritual piece, because I know we don't have a lot of time. The most important thing I think a man or woman can do for their partner is to see them better than they are. So if he's not, and to praise, this is kind of a spiritual practice, and to praise, in fact, I think it is a spiritual practice because I think it's the doorway into worship. Praise is the doorway into worship. And so seeing them and describing them better than they are is oftentimes, so that might be, you might just see him, busting out of his lethargy, or you might see him breaking through this thing. You might hold that vision for him even when he can't hold it for himself. And what'll happen is he'll feel that prayer through you. And it's quite beautiful and quite powerful. And if you add to that, praising the hell out of him when he does the things that are praiseworthy, or I believe in you. The texture of I believe in you is such a beautiful texture to receive from a woman. Most men are constantly struggling with that. And so to receive that kind of beautiful praise and belief is a very touching thing for a man.
It's beautiful. I was actually given this practice around my son. So I don't want to go into the whole thing. It's really different with children, but actually to see his higher self. And one of the ways that was recommended to do that also is to, in a moment when I do see it, like really fix that in my mind and then call that actually into that space of prayer, like you're talking about, John, that there's the praise when he's actually there doing the thing that you want him to do. And really, I mean, both ways, not just towards men, but praise is just it's an underutilized tool. Everyone should do it more. So there's that piece, but there's holding that vision and that prayer for him. If you can hold that actual vision when you see him in that way, when he does take that step, when he's in his fullness, or and you can actually see it, it's really powerful.
And men love to be appreciated. So if you appreciate it versus, just ignore it because you're still pissed about when he wasn't present or conscious, then you miss that opportunity to really, help shape the relationship. Praise can shape a relationship really beautifully. And not just for the feminine, but for the masculine as well.
So hopefully this is helpful. If you ask the question, but also hopefully it's helpful to many of you who may have some version of that question in your life. And again, this is our best shot in a relatively short amount of time and without live interaction and feedback. But that's one of the reasons that we lead our live intensives. And it's one of the reasons also that we work with people over 6 months so that we can dive in to the real specificity of your individual life and the relationship and what you want, give you actual practices that are very specific for your life, and then have you come back and work with you on what happened, and do that over time. Like, that's yoga practice, right? It's a lifelong practice. It's our joy, and we're certainly happy to hear from you if you're interested in diving deep in that way. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Good night.